Hey everyone, here Sunday, the week before the concerts, and I'm here. My name's Dane Krich. I'm general manager of the Mid-Atlantic Symphony here with our great music director, Michael Repper. Michael, welcome.
Thanks, Dane. Hi, everybody.
We're gonna have some fun. So listen, we have concerts coming up this Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I guess my question as the general manager is, what inspired you to program an all Mozart concert? I mean, Mozart Symphony 1. I've personally, as a musician, never played it or heard it even. So what
Sure.
inspired you to program this?
Yeah, well, people can never get enough Mozart, and Mozart's very, very fun to play. It's also very difficult to play. Yeah, it's fun. I decided we'll do all Mozart, and it would be fun to have a concert where we play Mozart's earliest symphony and Mozart's last symphony. Because I think it's fun to sort of see the development of a composer's style over the course of their life. And Mozart's style developed massively over the course of his life, and even though he died very young. So Mozart's first symphony, going all the way to his last symphony, you see, two completely different styles of composer, and in the same way that you see development in everybody, Beethoven, Brahms, and the Beatles. You see development in artistic style, and so it's fun to put them both on a concert. So Mozart's first symphony is actually very short. It's only maybe 7 to 8 minutes long at most. All three movements put together, it's very quite short. Still a symphony, still very much in symphonic form, but short and delightful. And the concert also has Mozart's 40th symphony, possibly his most famous symphony. Has got the most famous themes and is the one that everybody will know. Although, of course, the Jupiter Symphony, which is his last symphony, is phenomenal and just complex. It has a complexity that would have completely blown away audiences during his time. And unfortunately, he died before he heard Mozart, before he heard his final three symphonies, 39, 40, and 41. He didn't hear any of them because they weren't played before he died. It's kind of a sad story. But we will play them, and our audiences will enjoy them, and it'll be a great time. A wonderful concert. Do come early to the pre-concert talk. This is actually an interesting one because I will be talking about the different styles of what you hear, and if you've always sort of wondered what a symphony is, this is the perfect thing to come to because you get the idea of what the form of a symphony is, and you get to hear three perfect examples. So we're gonna have a good time. So definitely come see our concerts.
So what are some of the similarities, just asking myself, between Mozart 1 and Mozart 41?
Yeah, well, the form is the same. So, and we'll talk a lot about that in the pre-concert talk and at the concerts themselves. The symphonic form of how you would expect a piece to be laid out is exactly the same. Symphony 1 has only three movements, as opposed to Symphony 40 and 41 that have four movements, because that did change over the course of the 25, 30 years between the pieces. But you can see both have the first movements have two themes and a development and a recapitulation, a slower second movement, a faster final movement. The form is the same. In the same way that you turn on popular music nowadays and you can pretty much expect a 3.5 minute piece or song, that has three or four verses and a bridge. There's a form, and it's what people would have expected. By the time Mozart was writing his final symphony, though, there were all kinds of other interesting forms that were being written into symphonic music, like fugues, for example. That Mozart couldn't have imagined that when he was writing his first symphony. But the 41st symphony, his last symphony, ends with this incredible fugue that has five different voices going on at once, inverted and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's complicated beyond belief, and it's a true tour de force of writing. Yeah, it's exciting. You have to hear it in person.
No, I'm excited. I like I said, I've never heard Mozart's first symphony, so I personally am
Delightful.
very
It's a
interested
delightful
to
piece, and it's one of those things that if you blink, you'll miss it because it is a short piece. Mozart's First Symphony is very short.
So don't be late. Don't be late to the
Yeah,
concert.
don't be late. Don't be late because you'll come in during the 40th symphony. But yeah, we're going to do Mozart's First Symphony and then his final two symphonies, so the 40th and 41st.
And how old was he wrote it? How old was Mozart when he wrote the first?
We don't know. In fact, there's a good amount of evidence that he either took a lot from his sister or that actually it was his sister who wrote the piece.
Okay.
Possible. We don't really know. But either way, it definitely reflects the style of, from when Mozart was probably between 5 and 8.
Okay. Well, listen, it does. I would assume that an average 5 year old can't write like a Mozart 5 year old. I mean, I'm
I no,
assuming.
I couldn't. Not when I was 5. I'm sure that there are people, but I
Yeah.
became a conductor because I couldn't compose. So that tells you all you need to know.
When I was 5, I was happy just playing outside. But
That's right.
here Mozart is happy writing a symphony,
That's right.
or having his sister write it. We don't know, but either way.
That's right. Yeah, Mozart's sister was a few years older, and there's pretty good evidence that I mean, it's possible that she either wrote outright or wrote a lot of the symphonies that the Mozart's first several symphonies that are accredited to Wolfgang Mozart may have
Okay.
actually been his sister. We can't know, I don't think, with 100% certainty, but we'll celebrate the music nonetheless.
Hey, we're going to listen to it. So the concerts are this Thursday, April 3rd at 7 p.m. at Eastern Church of God. Just letting everyone know, Saturday, April 5th at 3 p.m. at Epworth Methodist Church in Rehoboth, and then Sunday, April 6th, 3 p.m. at Community Church in Ocean Pines. So I think it's going to be a great, like I said, I'm personally very excited to hear the First Symphony and hear the 41st Symphony and hear the progression of Mozart and how he made it through, and the similarities but also the differences,
Yeah.
and how he grew as a musician.
I think it should be exciting for the audience to see that transformation as well. It's fun to do that kind of thing.
Well, Michael, thank you for joining me. And listen, I look forward to seeing you on the podium.
We'll have a good time.
All right. Thanks, Michael.
See ya.
See ya.